Sunday night baseball from the city of brotherly love. One of the loudest parks in the MLB, Citizens Bank Stadium, will host the third of this three-game set between these two NL East rivals, the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. It has been a Braves onslaught here in Philly. They have dominated the first two games of the series, winning on Friday 7-2 and winning yesterday in shutout fashion 7-0 as we get set to begin the third and final game of this set coming up next. Starting pitcher today for Philadelphia here at home is Zach Wheeler. Good career in the MLB thus far. 8 games under his belt this season, 3-0 record. 1.55 ERA. And the Braves will look to hit him early and often like they did yesterday. To Painter. Braves scored 5 runs in the first inning yesterday en route to a 7-0 win. And we are underway with Olsen fouling this one off. It's 0-1. .333 batting average coming into play for Matt Olsen tonight here in Philadelphia. Grounds the next pitch foul, and it's quickly 0-2. Braves goal, get the Phillies into their bullpen early in this game. A depleted bullpen here in Philadelphia has been torched in this series. Way inside to Olsen, 1-2. Phillies come in 14-6 on the season. Trying to avoid a sweep here today against their rivals. Good start. Zach Wheeler gets the strikeout of Matt Olsen looking, and there's one away. Let's take a look now at the Braves starting lineup. You just saw Matt Olsen. Ronald Acuna will stand in now, followed by the catcher Drake Baldwin. In the middle, Austin Riley, Mike Yastrzemski, and PED man Jurickson Profar. And the bottom, Michael Harris, Ozzie Albies, and Mauricio Dubon. Here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Decent series for him. 4 home runs now on the year, 12 RBIs, batting .321 here in the first couple weeks of play. He hit a home run, a 2-run shot in game 1 of this series. Stays high, 2-0. Approaching 200 career home runs for Ronald Acuna Jr. He's at 190. Coming into play tonight. High strike call, then it's 2-1. That one stays high, and 3 balls and a strike now to Ronald Acuna Jr. Turns on this one and sends it foul. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Acuna. A walk of Acuna is the first base runner of the ball game. Braves have walked 8 times in this series. That's 9 to Ronald Acuna. Now Baldwin stands in. Acuna takes off, and he is in there. Easy stolen base for Ronald Acuna Jr., his 6th, and he shows off the speed to get into scoring position early here in Philly. Two and 0. 4 home runs over the past 10 games, including 1 in this series. Acuna back in safely at second base. He hit one on Friday in that 7-2 Braves win here in Philadelphia. Drove in 3 runs yesterday. He's swinging a hot bat here at Citizens Bank Park. Baldwin takes a strike, 2 balls and a strike now. Downstairs, 3 balls and a strike, and Braves threatening to walk again. They've already got 9 walks in the series coming into this third game, including that walk moments ago to Acuna. 3 balls and a strike, Drake Baldwin at the dish. And he grounds it to the right side for the play to be made for the second out. Bryce Harper makes the play over there. There's 2 away. Acuna moves up to third. On the ground out for Baldwin, and now Austin Riley with a chance to drive home the game's first run, but he'll need a base hit to get it home. Riley rips the first pitch, just foul down the line. Acuna does a little hopscotch over there on third base. Just foul for Riley, 0-1 the count. Inside, 1-1. Riley fouls it off. 1-2 now the count here from Zach Wheeler. Traffic here in the first inning for the Braves. The Acuna walk, he's gone over to third base, and now a 1-2 pitch on the way from Wheeler, his 19th to start this game. Riley stays alive. Wheeler tops out at 99 miles an hour on that fastball. See what he comes back here on a 1-2 pitch. Riley swings and grounds it foul. They'll do it again. We'll see over 20 pitches now here in this opening frame for Wheeler. A ball and 2 strikes. Riley takes high, 2-2. Good at bat here from Austin Riley. Looking to come through for the Braves here in the top half of inning number 1, just underway here on a Sunday night. 2-2, deuces wild, and Riley hits it in the air to center. Long run for Marsh, and he will not be able to get it. It's off the wall. Acuna comes in to score. Riley moves into second. It's an RBI double, and the Braves off and running here in Philadelphia tonight. RBI double to the deepest part of the park for Austin Riley. Marsh had no chance, and the Braves pick up right where they left off yesterday, scoring the game's first run in the first once again. And now Mike Yastrzemski will get a chance to swing. 1-0 Atlanta here in the first, just underway. Yastrzemski takes high, 1-0. .224 batting average for Yastrzemski. Couple RBIs and a home run for Yaz here in the early part of the season for the Braves. Hanging breaking ball. Lucky Wheeler got that one back. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. 1-2 now the count. Pretty good crowd on tap here in Philadelphia for the third and final game of this 3-game set. Braves off to a 1-0 lead. Yastrzemski takes outside. Wave and a miss. Marsh gets the strikeout. Inning comes to a close, but not before the Braves strike first again. They scored 5 in the first inning yesterday, just 1 here today, courtesy of Austin Riley. Spencer Strider getting the start today for the Braves here on Sunday Night Baseball. 4 starts this season so far for him. He's got a 1-0 record in 20 innings pitched, an ERA a little high at 3.6. 19 strikeouts on the season, and he'll look to shut down this Philly lineup, pick up right where Reynaldo Lopez left off yesterday. Brandon Marsh, the center fielder, will stand in to lead things off here for Philadelphia. First pitch, breaking ball, down and away, 1-0. Braves come in 13-8 on the season. 2 wins here back-to-back in Philadelphia, going for the sweep here tonight, off to a good start. Spencer Strider with a lead to work with before he even throws a single pitch. Outside, 2-0. Braves pitching dominated yesterday's game. Lopez pitched 6 innings, Gave up just 3 hits and 5 strikeouts. Outside 3-0. Phillies have only scored 2 runs in this series. Both of them came on 1 swing back in Friday's game on a 2-run homer by Otto Kemp. Strike called on Marsh, 3 balls and a strike. Downstairs, ball 4, and a leadoff walk here for Brandon Marsh to begin things for the Phillies. And now Bryce Harper swings at the first pitch, grounds it to second. Marsh was on the move, so he had no play at second base, and there's one away with Marsh moving up to second. Let's take a look now while we get a moment at the Phillies starting lineup. You just saw Marsh and Harper. Kyle Schwarber will stand in now. In the middle, you have Trey Turner, JT Realmuto, and Byron Scott. And Edmondson Sosa, Adolis Garcia, and Otto Kemp, the bottom 3. Here is Kyle Schwarber, the DH. Already 10 home runs on the season for Kyle Schwarber. 24 RBIs already. Off to a tremendous start this season, but he has been held quiet by this Braves pitching staff so far here in this series. He's 5 for 25 against Strider in his career. The 0-1. Schwarber takes 1-1. Off the end of the bat, 1-2 to Schwarber. Wave and a miss, got him to chase it upstairs, and a strikeout for Spencer Strider. His first of the ball game, and there's 2 away here in inning number 1. And now Trey Turner will stand in, the cleanup man, with a runner on second base. First pitch swing, fly ball down the right side, foul territory, no chance for Acuna. 0-1. 11 RBIs for Trey Turner coming into play today. 1 home run. RBI chance, but with 2 out. Here for the Philly shortstop. Turner with a wave and a miss, 0-2. Wave and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Strider. And he ends the first inning with a pump of the fist. Phillies strand 1 at second base. End of 1. Braves off to a 1-0 start. PED man Jurickson Profar set to lead things off. Top half of inning number 2 with the Braves leading at 1-0. Profar started the game yesterday in a big way, hit that grand slam to give the Braves a 4-0 lead. They added 1 more onto the line in that inning. He'll look to continue that here tonight in his first at-bat. Nobody aboard this time for him. Fouled away, 1-1. Profar has driven in 5 runs in this series, 4 of them coming on that grand slam he hit in the first inning yesterday. Profar grounds it to the right side in Harper. Profar a ground out victim here to start the second inning. 1 away for Zach Wheeler. And now Michael Harris, the center fielder, will stand in. Batting just over 200, looking to get that up a little bit. Just 1 home run on the young season for Harris. First pitch misses. Oh, got the call on the edge. No challenge from Harris, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Harris, wave and a miss. Dave Lawrence calling balls and strikes behind the plate tonight. No balls and 2 strikes. Wheeler in the air to left. Harris gives this one a ride. Going back is Stott, and he makes the running catch at the warning track. Loud out number 2 as Michael Harris flies out. Salute with the range from Stott, and there's 2 away for Ozzie Albies. They like to keep a guy like Ozzie Albies towards the bottom of the order, one of the star players for the Braves. Kind of rounds out that decent lineup for Atlanta. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wave and a miss, 1-2. Back-to-back Sunday Night Baseball appearances for the Braves. We were in Atlanta last weekend. Low-scoring affair between them and the Guardians. 2-1 the final score in 10. The Braves walked it off, courtesy of Jurickson Profar. Albies with a swing and a miss, and the side is retired. A clean inning for Zach Wheeler. Halfway through 2, 1-0 Atlanta. Bottom of inning number 2, JT Realmuto set to lead things off here for the Phillies. 13-pitch first inning for Spencer Strider, stranded a runner at second base after he walked the leadoff man. Realmuto takes down, 2 balls, no strikes. Got the call, 2 balls and a strike. Realmuto 6'1", 212. The catcher for the Phillies. Got a lot of power if he gets a hold of one. Tried to there, and it's even at 2-2. Double-digit hits for the Braves in each of the first 2 games of this series. Philadelphia comes in with 14 hits combined in the 2 games and only 5 in yesterday's. Fouled off towards the camera well, full count. Strike 3 called inside corner. Spencer Strider gets his 3rd strikeout in the early going, and there's 1 away for Bryson Stott. Strike 1 to Stott. Whenever you hear his name, you just think about that wild card home run that he hit when this building went absolutely crazy. His walk-up song, the silence, and then the loud. What a moment here in this building. Stott with a wave and a miss on a hanging changeup, and it's 1-2. Strider looking for another strikeout, and it's ripped into center field instead for a base hit. First hit of the ball game belongs to Bryson Stott for the Phillies. And there's 1 on with 1 out for Sosa. 224 average for Sosa. As the crowd looks to get involved here early in this one. High 1-0. Sosa in the air. Left center field for Harris drifting back. He settles under it for the 2nd out. So Sosa, a fly-out victim, 2 away here in the bottom of the 2nd, and now Adolis Garcia, the former Texas Ranger. A lot of Philly fans excited about this addition in the offseason. Garcia fouls it away, 0-1. 2-time All-Stars, been a couple seasons since. Back in 2023 was his previous All-Star appearance for the Rangers. Check on Stott over there. Oh, 1 misses inside, a ball and a strike to Garcia. Garcia hits this one in the air. Left field. Harris and Yastrzemski converge. It'll be Harris to make the catch. And the side is retired. Garcia just missed it. And the Phillies strand another base runner, their second in as many innings. End of 2, 1-0 Atlanta. Series recap dominated by the Braves. Games 1 and 2. Braves both scored 7 runs. They won 7-2 on Friday, 7-0 in yesterday's game. Game 1 featured home runs by Acuna, Baldwin, and Dubon. Yesterday, just one, the grand slam by Jurickson Profar. The pitching, especially yesterday, was excellent. Reynaldo Lopez pitched 6 innings of 3-hit ball and 5 strikeouts in the win here against Philadelphia. We're going to get an ABS challenge here from Mauricio Dubon, and it is a ball by a fraction of a centimeter. Ripped left field. Hangs up, though. 1 away. .40 pitches for Zach Wheeler. Back to the top of the order we go, and Matt Olson 1 away here in the 3rd. Olson fouls it off, and it'll go into the seats. 6 for 33 against Wheeler. Division rivals tend to get more familiar with these pitchers. Stays high, 1-1. Wave and a miss, 1-2. Phillies have had to use most of their bullpen in each of the first 2 games of this series. Braves have been swinging very hot bats coming into play today. Friday, the starting pitcher was Grant Holmes. He pitched 4 innings. Yesterday, Painter got knocked out in the 1st. Trying to go the other way against the outfield shift, but it'll go foul. And it remains 2-2 to Olson. Walker, Kirkring, Alvarado, and Banks all made appearances in the first 2 games of this series, as Olson goes down swinging here for Wheeler's 4th strikeout. And there's 2 away for Ronald Acuna Jr., who walked his last time. Nobody on, 2 out. Acuna swings at the first pitch, 0-1. He's had Wheeler's number in his career, 4 home runs against the Philly right-hander. Downstairs, 1-1. Just missed inside, 2 balls and a strike. Hitters count now to Ronald Acuna. Stays high, 3-1. Acuna walked his first time, threatening to do so once more. Got to be careful here if you're Wheeler. The 3-1 to Acuna. Way outside and a walk. So Acuna walks for the 2nd time in his first 2 at-bats. And that'll make way to Drake Baldwin, who gets a chance to swing now here in the 3rd with a runner aboard. Acuna also stole a base his first time on base, so we'll see if he tries it again here with 2 out. The reigning Rookie of the Year in the National League, Baldwin stands in. First pitch to him stays high, 1 ball, no strikes. (1-0) high again. 2-0 from Zach Wheeler, who's already in the 50s. Depleted Philly bullpen awaits. Looking to get Wheeler to stretch it out as long as possible. There's a strike at the knees. Fouled away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 RBIs in yesterday's game for Baldwin and a couple doubles. He hit a home run in the first game on Friday, drove in 2. Runner takes off. There goes Acuna, and Baldwin fouls it away to keep the count at 2-2, and Acuna has to retreat back to first. Runner takes off again. Baldwin squibs it to the left side. And the play will be made by Sosa to retire the side. Braves strand 1. Halfway through 3 here in Philadelphia. Atlanta still has a 1-0 lead here on a Sunday night. Otto Kemp set to lead things off here for Philadelphia. Bottom half of inning number 3 with a 1-0 Atlanta lead. Spencer Strider off to a good start in this one. Pounds in a strike here to begin the at-bat to Kemp. Kemp batting at even 300 coming into play today. He's responsible for the only 2 runs the Phillies have scored in this series. There's a 2-run homer back on Friday. Yanks this one down the line and foul. They'll do it again at 0-2. In the dirt. One, 2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Otto Kemp leading things off here for Philadelphia, 9-1-2. Kemp, Marsh, and Harper due up here in the 3rd inning. And if it gets to that point, Kyle Schwarber would be the 4th man. Fouled off by Kemp, and it's still 3-2. Good at bat here to begin the inning. Kemp unloads right center field. Acuna back, no chance. One hops the fence. And Otto Kemp leads off the 3rd with a good at-bat that results in a stand-up double. And the tying run in scoring position early for Philadelphia. Barreled that one up. Beautiful piece of hitting for a right-handed hitter going to the right center field gap. Leadoff man's at second base for Brandon Marsh, who walked his first time. And he grounds this one towards the middle, and a diving stop by Dubon from the seat of his pants, not in time. Fast runner Marsh gets down, but Dubon might have saved a run by the diving stop behind second base. Marsh easily beats it out. Runners at the corners for Bryce Harper. First pitch inside, 1-0 as the MVP chants start to rain down here at Citizens Bank Park. Harper with the chance to at least tie this game. He's 3 for 8 in the series, 0 for 1 tonight. Batting above 350. Harper off the fist and fouled off. Harper yanks it. Olsen off his glove. It's going to ricochet over. Race for the bag. Harper wins it. And he drives in a run. It'll go down as an RBI single. And it's 1-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. And now Kyle Schwarber swings at the first pitch, yanks it down the right field line, and it's 0-1. Schwarber 0 for 1 with a strikeout, 1 for 7 in the series. Batting just over 300. Schwarber takes inside 1-1, and we're going to get a challenge here from Baldwin. And that one does clip the zone, so it's 0-2 now. Here to Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber fouls it off to keep it alive. Marsh at second, Harper at first. Phillies have tied it here in the 3rd. RBI single off the ricochet off of Matt Olson moments ago. Schwarber chases it and a strikeout for Strider. 1 away here in the 3rd inning. Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. 5 inches of pinch break, way out of the zone, but you can see where it is when it releases out of Strider's hand and has that much movement to go outside. Schwarber fights on it. There's 1 away here in the 3rd inning, and that'll make way to Trey Turner. Turner attacks the first pitch, sends it down the right side. Acuna will give it a look, but it's foul. Struck out his first time to the plate, just 1 for 9 in the series. Trey Turner takes a strike, 0-2. Way up and in, look out. Turner has to go to the deck to keep it alive. A ball and 2 strikes. Turner hits it in the air to center. Harris on the run. He'll settle under it. Ballpark will hold. Marsh will tag from second. And then stop and retreat. 2 away, first and second. Turner flies out. And now JT Realmuto will stand in. Last hope for the Phillies here in the third inning. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Strider's about to throw his 50th pitch of the ball game. Realmuto with a big hack. Breaking ball and a wave and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes now. In the dirt, good stop by Baldwin. A ball and 2 strikes. Realmuto takes outside. Deuces are wild. And it's fouled straight back. Two runners aboard, 2 out. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Realmuto. And he grounds it to third. Riley's got it. He'll go the long way across, and it's in time to retire the side. Phillies strike 1 and tie the game at 1 apiece. End of 3 from Philly between these two NL East rivals. Third baseman Austin Riley set to lead things off. Top half of inning number 4. Tie game at 1. Zach Wheeler can start fresh. And Riley digs in and swings right over the top of that curveball. Right side into the glove of Stott, who makes the catch for out number 1. Now Mike Yastrzemski, former San Francisco Giant, looking to have a big moment here for the first time as a Brave. He has 1 home run on the season. A lot of Braves fans excited about the acquisition in the offseason for this guy. He's down 0-2 here to Wheeler. He's got forgotten about speed on base when he gets aboard. Down 0-2 here to Wheeler. Yastrzemski fouls it off. In the air to left field for Kemp. And 2 away here in the 4th inning. So a line out and a fly out to begin the 4th inning for the Braves. Quickly 2 away. And here is PED man Jurickson Profar. Grand slam in yesterday's game. He's driven in 5 runs in the series. And he fouls that one off of Realmuto. Wave and a miss, 0-2. 3 home runs over the past 10 games for Profar, including 1 yesterday. Now 0-2 here from Wheeler to Profar. Wave and a miss. High fastball, and Profar swings right through it. And a quick 1-2-3 frame for Zach Wheeler. To the bottom of the 4th we go, tied at 1. Last 10 games for the Braves, it's been good. 7-3 record, the 3 losses coming at home to Miami and home against Cleveland. They had that walk-off win last Sunday. That's the one right in the middle there here on Sunday Night Baseball. And they're looking to sweep the Phillies here tonight. Tied at 1, bottom of the 4th inning here from Citizens Bank Park. Already off to a better start this season for the Braves than they were a year ago. Plagued with injuries, including this man on the bump, Spencer Strider, looking to stay healthy for the duration of 2026. Got star players like Acuna looking to stay healthy. Olbies, who missed some time. Here's a bunt try from Stott. It'll go foul. Sean Murphy, the catcher. We have yet to see him this season. As Stott pulls that one foul, still 0-2 the count. Riley missed time last year. It was a plague of injuries. Don't even get me started on the pitching staff. Tyler Matzik, who is no longer here in Atlanta, dealing with injuries. Almost their whole starting rotation. They lost Freed, who is now a member of the New York Yankees. A lot of young pitchers getting action in the middle of the season last year for the Braves because they had no other choice. 1-2 Stott. Rips it foul. Wave and a miss. Strider gets the strikeout of Stott to start the 4th inning. 5 strikeouts now for Strider as we take a look at his pitch arsenal. He's given up 4 hits. All of them have come on the fastball, which he uses quite a bit, 63% of the time. And now here is Edmundo Sosa, the third baseman. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 4th. Outside, ball 1. Two and 0. 221 average coming into the at-bat for Sosa. Ahead 2-0 in the count, now takes a strike. Fly ball into right. Acuna charges in, and 2-1. Starting pitching has been good for the Braves in this series. On Friday, Grant Holmes did his job. Wasn't tremendous, but it got enough to get him the win. To settle in to set up Ian Hamilton for the win. Grant Holmes in Friday's game pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs. Struck out 3, but yesterday, Ronaldo Lopez was outstanding. 6 innings pitched. Gave up just 3 hits. He had 5 strikeouts, got the win. Had a big lead to work with to start the game. 5-0 after the first inning for the Braves, and they didn't look back, winning 7-0 in yesterday's game. Strider ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Garcia takes high, ball 1, 1-2. "71 pitches now for Spencer Strider here in the 4th. And it's lasered into center field for a 2-out knock. Adolis Garcia is aboard here with 2 out in the 4th inning. Will continue. And now to the 9-hole hitter for the Phillies as Garcia gets aboard here with 2 out. Otto Kemp to the plate. Kemp takes a strike, 0-1. We mentioned it in his first at-bat, but he is responsible for the only 2 runs in this series for Philadelphia. Both of them came on Friday, 2-run homer for Otto Kemp. They were shut out in yesterday's game. Kemp sends it into left. Didn't get all of it as Yastrzemski will squeeze it, and the side is retired. Phillies strand 1 after 4. We're tied at 1 here in Philly. News and notes across the MLB. Jurickson Profar in this game for the Braves. Records his 500th career RBI on a grand slam he hit yesterday. For the Cardinals, Thomas Segesi breaks out of 1 for 16 slump, and Ellie De La Cruz stole 3 bases in yesterday's game against Minnesota. Final game of the week in terms of how the baseball schedule works. Here on Sunday Night Baseball from Philadelphia, Braves, Phillies, 2 great NL East rivals, always entertaining when these two teams played. Braves have had the upper hand in this series, going for the sweep tonight here over Philadelphia. A ball and a strike. Michael Harris swings and misses, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him at the high fastball. Whaler's got another strikeout, his 6th. And there's one away as we take a look at his pitch arsenal. He's given up just 1 hit in the ball game. It was the RBI double, and it was on that sweeper. Here's Ozzie Albies 0 for 1. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 5th. Albies takes a strike. 9 for 53 against Wheeler. He's had 53 at-bats against Zach Wheeler. He has 1 home run against him. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss, 0-2. Swing and a miss, another strikeout for Wheeler. Back-to-back here in the 5th, and that's number 7. And this is exactly the start Philadelphia needed out of Wheeler after their bullpen has been depleted over the last couple days. Wheeler dominating here against the Braves. Dubon takes a strike. Just 1 hit for the Braves. They scored the 1 run with the help of the walk of Acuna, who came around to score on an RBI double by Riley. And it's 1-1. Phillies out hitting the Braves 4-1. Dubon pops it up on the infield. Shallow left rather here for Turner. 1-2-3 go the Braves once again. Wheeler cruising through 5 here in Philadelphia. Halfway through the inning, tied at 1. Phillies offense this series has not been good. They got shut out in yesterday's game. They're averaging less than a run per game. They're hitting just .212 against this Braves pitching staff. They only have 3 extra base hits. They have the 1 home run from Otto Kemp, responsible for the only 2 runs they've scored in this series. Offense not doing much better here against Spencer Strider. Offense early in this one, and it's turned quickly into a pitcher's duel as Wentz and Lee are warming up in the bullpen. Both got a non-built-in day off yesterday after pitching on Friday. Here's a little blooper over Albies and into right center for a base hit. And Marsh is aboard on the 5th Philly hit of the night on Spencer Strider. Didn't get all of it, hit it off the end of the bat, but he got enough to send it over the head of Albies. And now Bryce Harper with the runner aboard. Takes a strike at the knees, and we're going to get a challenge here from Harper. And he was right, barely. 1-0. Harper batting a surging .364 on the season. A hit tonight for him as well. The RBI single responsible for the 1 run the Phillies have scored here tonight. Check on Marsh over there. It was a line drive that went off of Matt Olson and ricocheted away to allow the run to score. Inside, hitters count now, 2 balls, the end of strike to Harper. Off the end of the bat, over Obies again and into right field for a base hit. Quick throw in, and they got it. Marsh had to freeze for a moment, and it cost him a base. And there's one away. Heads up play by Ronald Acuna Jr. Marsh kind of got caught in no man's land. It was one of those balls hit where you kind of just have to freeze and hope it doesn't go your way. They're so difficult in a position right there for a base runner. And he gets caught at second base, one away. Here's Kyle Schwarber. 2 strikeouts for Schwarber coming into this at-bat tonight. Schwarber grounds it. Foul, just barely down the right side. Stays high, ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball off the end of the bat. Schwarber didn't bite, 2-2. Harper the runner at first, one away here in the 5th. Tie game at 1. Spencer Strider's pitch count getting up there, 85 here in the 5th. Braves bullpen a lot more rested than the Phillies. Schwarber with a swing and a miss, and there's 2 away. 3rd strikeout for Strider on Schwarber and his 6th of the ball game. And now Trey Turner with 2 away here in the 5th. Takes a strike. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Turner struck out earlier, flew out as well. 11 RBIs driven in for Trey Turner on the season thus far. He's got Harper on over at first. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss. On the ground, right side, past the diving Olsen and into right. Harper will move up to second base, and the Phillies aren't done yet here in the 5th. Trey Turner's aboard with the 6th Philly hit of the night. And that's going to do it for Spencer Strider. Traffic on the bases with 2 out here in the 5th. Strider does his job, and now it's up to the bullpen to finish the job. Joey Wentz will come into the ball game here for the Braves. 8 games under his belt this season. He's pitched 11 1/3 innings. ERA under 2 at 1.59, so that's good. Had a day off yesterday, appeared in Friday's game here in Philadelphia. He pitched just 2/3 of an inning and got a hold. First pitch by Real Muto, fouled away, 0-1. Did his job back on Friday to get out of an inning for the Braves. Hasn't even pitched a full inning yet in this series, so he is ready, you have to imagine. Lined into center field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Harper will round third. There will be no play, and the Phillies take a 2-1 lead. JT Real Muto comes through with 2 out. Phillies take their first lead of the series here in the 5th inning of Game 3. Check at third and Stott went around. It's 0-1. The Phillies on top for the first time in this series, 2-1. And this one just fouled. JT Realmuto comes through here for Philadelphia with 2 out. Back-to-back 2-out hits for Philadelphia gets them on the board and in front. Now Stott looking to add on. That run, by the way, will get charged to Spencer Strider. On the grounded foul, 1-2 the count. ball and 2 strikes. Stott hits it in the air to left. Yastrzemski has no problem, and the side is retired. But the Phillies take the lead courtesy of JT Realmuto. The RBI single up the middle, the 8th hit for the Phillies. 2-1. Entertaining game to start. Halfway through this one, Braves struggling offensively. They got the 1 run courtesy of a walk, and then 1 hit is all it has on the line for the Braves. The RBI double by Austin Riley. Then Bryce Harper tied it up on this awkward play off the arm of Matt Olson, and then beating out the run at first base, allowing the run to score. 1-1. Strider was good, but then he had some problems, got pulled, and then Realmuto a couple batters later gives the Phillies the lead, and that's where we stand now. 2-1 Philadelphia. 8 hits compared to just the Braves 1 for the Phillies. Pretty much the opposite of how the first 2 games went. On paper, the Phillies are dominating, but it's still just a 1-run ball game as we head to the 6th inning. Here's Olson in the top of the Braves order, who fouls it off 0-1. Off the end of the bat, 0-2. Pitch number 80 from Zach Wheeler is outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Wheeler has done his job, just giving up 1 hit to the Braves in this game. Swing and a miss, another strikeout for Zach Wheeler. 98 miles an hour still, and 8 strikeouts now on the ball game. And now Ronald Acuna Jr. Nobody on, 1 out for Acuna, who swings and misses at the first pitch. Two at-bats and 2 walks for Ronald Acuna. The 0-1. Acuna hits it in the air to right. Straight away for Adolis Garcia, 2 out. And now the reigning National League Rookie of the Year, Drake Baldwin, will stand in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch, breaking ball taken for a strike, 0-1. 14 RBIs already on the season for Baldwin. Second on the team behind Profar. The 0-1 stays high, 1-1. Strike called, 1-2. Zach Wheeler a strike away from his 10th strikeout of the night. And it's fouled off by Baldwin. A ball and 2 strikes. Baldwin hits it on the ground to short. Trey Turner gobbles it up. And Zach Wheeler, if that is it, what a job against the Braves tonight. 6 innings of 1-hit baseball, and now the bottom of the Phillies order due up, with Philadelphia leading by 1. Braves bullpen in this series has been good. Raisel Iglesias, the headliner. But they have 4 saves this season, 85 innings. They're first in the league in ERA, second in earned runs, second in strikeouts, and at the bottom in walks. And Joey Wentz will remain out there after just 8 pitches in the 5th. Sosa with a swing and a miss. Aaron Bummer and Dylan Lee both warming up in the Braves bullpen. Bummer did appear in yesterday's game, one of 2 relieving pitchers the Braves put out here in Philadelphia yesterday. On the grounded foul, 0-2. just missed. 1-2. And we're going to get a challenge here from Baldwin for maybe a strikeout. Let's see. Yes, sir. Strikeout called on the ABS challenge, 1 away. And that'll bring in Adolis Garcia to the plate. On the ground left side, Riley deep in the hole. Can he recover? Long throw, not in time. Garcia beats it out. What an effort by Austin Riley, but no cigar. Took him a couple steps to gather and throw. Oh, that's closer than I thought. No challenge from the Braves dugout. And Garcia's aboard with 1 out for Otto Kemp, who takes a strike. He doubled earlier in the ball game, 3 for 9 in the series with a home run hit on Friday. Oh, 1, Kemp takes high, ball and a strike. Two and 1. Foul the way to the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Otto Kemp at the plate. Runner on first is Garcia. 1 away here in the 6th. 2-1 Philly lead. Kemp takes inside. Full count, 3-2. Fouled off. Good at bat here from Otto Kemp. 3-2, Kemp hits it in the air to left. Yastrzemski has a read on it. And 2 out here in the 6th. And now back to the top of the order we go. Brandon Marsh, who's having a good night. 2 for 2 with a couple base hits. Runner on first here with 2 out for Brandon Marsh. Marsh has become a crowd favorite here in Philadelphia after coming over from the Angels a couple seasons ago. He bats here with 2 out in the 6th. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Way out in front of that slider. Marsh flips it in the center field for Harris. And that one will retire the side. Phillies strand 1 in the 6th. And Wentz does his job on the bump, preserves the 1-run deficit as we head to the 7th. Still just 1 hit for the Braves. Start of the 7th, and the Braves continue struggle at the plate. Just 1 hit for him. And this man right here has that hit. It was an RBI double earlier in the ball game. Only hit on the line against Zach Wheeler, who remains out there. Outside for ball 1. Couple arms getting loose for the Phillies in their bullpen. Pitch number 90 from Wheeler. Riley hits it on the ground. Turner on the forehand, off-balance throw, gets Riley, and there's 1 away. And now Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Oh for 2 in the ball game is Yastrzemski. First pitch takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Wheeler over 90 pitches now. Excellent performance here against the Braves. Yastrzemski flips it to right field, and Garcia makes the running catch. Quickly 2 out here in the 7th for Wheeler. And now PED man Jurickson Profar, who's 0 for 2. Breaking ball, hit foul. Hanging from Wheeler, lucky to get that one back. 100 miles an hour on that foul ball from Profar. .94 pitches. You take a look at the splits. 29 to 45's ball to strikeout. No balls and 2 strikes from Wheeler. Profar in the air to right center. Marsh on the run. No problem. Zach Wheeler sends us to the stretch in a dominating performance here against the Braves. Take a look at our line score for this one. Philadelphia on paper has dominated this game. Wheeler 7 innings strong of 1 hit ball, 8 strikeouts and 2 walks. RBI for Bryce Harper in this game and JT Realmuto as well. Spencer Strider pitched 4 2/3. He gave up 7 hits, 2 runs. And the Phillies have a 2-1 lead here in the 7th. Here's Harper to lead things off as MVP chants start to echo down here at Citizens Bank Park. Harper yanks it to the right side, deep into the hole. Albies dives, knocks it down, and Harper's safe. Leadoff base hit for Bryce Harper. Second time he's beat one out on the infield. And there's a runner aboard for Kyle Schwarber. Stays way high, 1-0. Wentz remains out there. There is action in the Braves bullpen. Schwarber takes a strike, 1-1. Schwarber with a big hack, 1-2. Schwarber swings and misses for his 4th strikeout of the game. The golden sombrero for a good hitter. And just like that, there's one away, and Schwarber understandably frustrated. So one away now, runner on first. Here's Trey Turner. Turner rips it, but foul. 0-1. Turner hits it to the right side. Albies can't get it. Base hit. Harper will move up to second base. And the Phillies have action on the bases once more as Trey Turner sends one the other way for a base knock. Albies was playing more up the middle because of Harper at first base. That allows that one to sneak through for a base hit. First and second now here for Philadelphia. Still only one out. Here's Realmuto, who gave the Phillies the lead his last time to the plate on an RBI single. Outside ball 1. 11 RBIs now on the season for Realmuto. 1 for 3 in the ball game. RBI single his last time. High fly ball, well hit, left field. Yastrzemski back at the wall, and it's gone! JT Realmuto with a 3-run jack, and the Phillies extend their lead. Huge home run for Philadelphia. They have a 4-run lead now here in the 7th. They left Wentz out there too long, and it backfires on the Braves. 5-1 our score to the bullpen. The Braves go. Jose Suarez will get the call out of the bullpen for the Braves. After the home run of JT Realmuto, 7 games under Suarez's belt this season, has yet to give up a run in 12.1 innings pitched. First appearance of the series for Suarez. And Bryson Stott will be the first guy to face him. 4-run lead now for the Phillies, courtesy of Realmuto, who's driven in 4 of the 5 Philadelphia runs tonight. Swing and a miss by Stott, 0-2. Popped up behind third. Dubon back behind Riley to make the catch, 2-1. That 3-run homer by JT Realmuto is huge. Philadelphia statistically had dominated this game if you just look at the stats, but it was still a 1-run game. It felt like the Braves were still in it, and that blow by Realmuto was huge in this one. It feels a lot more comfortable for the Phillies. Outside ball 1, 1-1. Hitters count now to Sosa, 2 balls and a strike. Fouled off of Baldwin. Deuces are wild now between Sosa and Suarez. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. Sosa fouls it off again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning comes to a close. JT Realmuto gives the Phillies 3 huge insurance runs. 5-1 our score now. End of 7 from Philadelphia. New pitcher into the game for the Phillies. Kerkering will get the call. 9 games appeared this season, 1-1 record, and his first task will be Michael Harris in a 4-run game now for Philadelphia. Still just 1 hit for the Braves. They haven't gotten a hit since the first inning of this game. Austin Riley's RBI double, that is it. Swing and a miss by Harris, 0-2. Kerkering has appeared in each of the first 2 games of this series, and now he's pitched in all 3. As Harris pops it up. On the infield for Stott. One away. On Friday, Kerkering pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 hits and a run. Yesterday, Kerkering pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits and a run. So the Braves have had his number in this series, but off to a good start with the pop-out. And now here's Ozzie Albies. Popped up again on the infield. This time, it's for Turner. And just like that, there's 2 away. And the Braves are quickly down to their final 4 outs of this game. And now to the 9-hole and Mauricio Dubon. Inside 1-0. Just over 40,000 in attendance here tonight. Action in the Philly bullpen. Alvarado and McCambly warming up out there for Philadelphia. Downstairs 2-0. Inside, and it hits him, and the inning will continue back to the top, and Olsen will get a chance to swing here with 2 out. Feels like it's been forever since the Braves have had a base runner. Matt Olsen gets a chance to swing here with 1 on and 2 away. Attacks the first pitch and fouls it off. The Braves only 1 hit in the ballgame tonight. On Friday, the opener of this series, they had 15 hits. Yesterday, they had 12. And just night and day here tonight compared to the last two games. And now Kerkering a strike away from getting out of the inning. Stays high to Olsen, 1-2. Just missed. Good take by Olsen. Olsen into center field, but right at Marsh. Domination continues for the Philadelphia on defense. End of the top of the 8th. To the bottom half we go. 4-run lead for Philadelphia. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. The hits for the Phillies tonight, they have 12. So you take a look at the spray chart. The purple being the home run by JT Realmuto. Last inning. That gave the Phillies a more comfortable 4-run lead here against the Braves. Garcia leading things off here in the bottom of the 8th. We're going to get a challenge here from Baldwin. And that one clipped the zone. So no balls and 2 strikes now here to Garcia. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 8th against Suarez. Garcia down the left field line. That's going to get down and cause some trouble. Yastrzemski digs it out quickly. Garcia on his way to second. Headline slide, he's safe. And a leadoff double for Garcia. Phillies looking to add on here in the bottom of the 8th. Second hit of the ball game for Garcia. Yastrzemski got to it quickly, but Garcia beats him into second base. And now Otto Kemp, who's 1 for 3, in an RBI chance. Outside 1-0. Doubled early in the ball game for Otto Kemp. Kemp high fly. Left field, Yastrzemski on the run. This ball's carrying back to the wall and gone! Otto Kemp unloads and the Phillies break it open. Another 2-run homer for Otto Kemp, his second of the series. He homered back on Friday here against the Braves. A 2-run homer here makes it 7-1 Phillies. Still nobody out in the inning against Suarez, and Marsh fouls it off. Marsh takes high, ball 1. The bats that have been quiet in this series for the Phillies have woken up in this game. Double-digit hits. Couple home runs in the last couple innings for Philadelphia to blow it open. And the pitching for Philadelphia has been absolutely dominant. Strike 3 called. Suarez comes back to get Marsh, and there's 1 away. And now Bryce Harper. Couple hits in the ball game, a couple singles. He's got an RBI and he scored twice. Good night for Harper. Batting .367 now on the season. Strike called on the inside corner. Harper in the air to center. Harris drifts back a few steps. He'll settle under it. And there's 2-1. Harper a flyout victim for the second out. And here's Kyle Schwarber. He's had a tough night. 4 strikeouts to Schwarber's credit, as he just tries to avoid the 5th of the ball game. Outside ball 1. Right down the middle, 1-1 to Schwarber. Two balls and 2 strikes now to Schwarber. Braves will have 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the top half of the ninth, but they trail by 6. Deuces wild to Schwarber. Didn't bite, full count. Turner waits on deck here for Philadelphia. Payoff pitch here to Schwarber. Ripped right into Olsen's glove, and that'll end the inning. Otto Kemp adds on 2 more for Philadelphia. The 2-run homer sends us to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Braves. Jose Alvarado will come in to take over the pitching duties. 8 games under his belt this season, 9 innings pitched. Hasn't given up a run. And he will have the 2, 3, 4 hitters in this Braves order to deal with. Braves still only 1 hit in the ball game. They haven't gotten a hit since the first inning. Austin Riley's RBI double. Here's Acuna 0 for 1 with a couple walks. Braves need a big rally. Inside ball 1. Not really worth mentioning, but it might be fun to mention. Philadelphia is 3 outs away from being the first home team on our games that we've done for the 2026 season to win a game. It's been all the road teams up until potentially this point. Strike 1 to Acuna, 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and a strike, and now Acuna threatening to walk for a 3rd time in this game. Fouled away, full count to Ronald. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Alvarado wins the battle, and there's 1 away. And now Drake Baldwin, who's had a good series, but a quiet night tonight. Just like everybody in this Braves lineup tonight. 1 out. Braves down to their final 2 outs tonight. Baldwin takes high. Banks and McCambly warming up just in case in the Philadelphia bullpen. Neither one of them are really throwing pitches. Just kind of tossing up, staying loose out there just in case. Baldwin 0 for 3, batting just over 300. Takes inside. Three and 0 now, and we're going to get a challenge from Real Muto. Up by 6 in the 9th, why not? Strike call. Hitters count to Baldwin, who sends it the other way, foul, 2-2. Baldwin fouls it off to stay alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Baldwin keeps it alive for another pitch. Down the right side and hooking foul once more. Good at bat here from Baldwin. Phillies looking to salvage the third and final game of this series, avoiding the sweep here against the Braves if they can hold on. 3-2 now to Baldwin. Three balls and two strikes. On the ground right side. Handled and out. Stott makes the play. 2 away here in the ninth. Braves down to their final out here this evening from Philadelphia. And it'll be into the hands of Austin Riley, who has the one Braves hit in this ball game. He is the reason we do not have a no-hitter. RBI double back in the first. The only anything offensively for the Braves in this game. Attacks the first pitch and sends it out of play. No balls and a strike. In the air to right field. Pretty well struck. This ball's back over the head of Garcia. The Braves now have 2 hits in the ball game, but it's out at second base. What a throw from Garcia. And that's how the Phillies win. What a performance defensively by Philadelphia here tonight. The pitching was absolutely outstanding, holding the Braves to just 2 hits, and both of them belong to Riley, but he gets thrown out at second base trying to stretch it into a double to close out this game. Braves still win the series 2-1, but the Phillies dominate here tonight. Phillies out-hit the Braves 14-2 in this game. Both of the hits, as we just mentioned, belong to Austin Riley. He had 1 in the first inning and 1 in the 9th inning. In between, nothing for the Braves. Pitching was good. Braves went to their bullpen, and that's when it went bad. Couple late home runs for the Phillies put this game out of reach, and they win it by a final score of 7-1 to salvage this 3-game set and avoid the sweep.